morning, and this is Eileen from Eileen's Kitchen Table, and today we are making scones. We're going to make fruit scones, plain scones, and cherry scones, all from the one thing. All we need is 3 bowls, and we're flying. So the first thing we're going to do, this is from my Just Looking Cookbook 2, and we're going to say, good morning, Jonathan, how are you? And the first thing we would do is we would put on our oven, but I'm not going to do that today because my oven is here and my microwave is open, and it would make everything too loud and do everything. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to get our bowl, and we are going to put in 2 mugs of self-raising flour. All right. Now I always hold it over it so that if it spills, it's spilling on there. So 2 mugs of self-raising flour. 1 and 2. And I'll say hello to you all together now in a minute when I see who's on. There's a great pile of people on this morning. So now we're also putting in, we're going to put that back here out of the way a bit. And we're also putting in 3 dessert spoons of sugar. Okay. 1, 2, and 3. Now, if you want, make them a little bit more high, you can put in a tiny little slither of baking powder. All right? Not bread soda now, baking powder. Some people get confused. They say baking soda. Well, I call it bread soda. But baking soda is bread soda. It's not this, it's baking powder. All right? I don't know what's all that yolky is going magic on me again. So the next thing we're doing is we're sieving that down. Now, I'll put that out of the way. Now, and I'm going to clean my camera for a minute. Hold on. I'm going to clean your face now. Hold on. Clean your face. Good girls. Good girls. How's that? You didn't cry or anything. Great. Okay. I bet you didn't even know you had dirty faces, did you? No. Right. Okay. So the next thing we're doing is we're putting in 2 ounces of butter. Now, there's no need to be weighing and measuring here. If you have a pound of butter, you'll be cutting it into 8, and it's going to look about that much. Now, in this cold weather, usually the butter is too hard, so I just pop it in to this goes against everything because it's supposed to be really cold, but you'll be half the day doing it then. So putting it in the microwave. Just for 10 seconds, and then it's going in here. All right. And it'll take me a chance to say hello. Good morning, Michelle. Hello, Jemima. Hello, Fiona. Jonathan is on board. I hope Adam's doing his homework. Michelle, how are you? Josie, Aidan Gainty. Well, hello from Classer, Aidan and Maureen. Claire Coran from Screen. Yes, Joan is there. Joan, pop on that nice picture now. Joan is cooking with me this morning. Pop on that nice picture now, Joan. Diane, can you give gluten-free flour instead of ordinary as my wee man is celiac? Of course you can, and you can get gluten-free. Good morning, Alice. Good morning, Ashleen. You can. Now, there is different types of gluten-free flour, and I like the one from Odlum's. It's try. You'll probably know it. Who's asking me? Diane. It starts with TRI. And there is another one in a small little white bag. I'm not that gone on it. But the only thing that I find about cooking for celiacs is things are grand for a couple of hours, but as soon as they go cold, they're inclined to go harder or whatever. So if you're going to be making scones for your son, then what I would suggest is make them and freeze them raw. And then just when you're making something else in the oven someday, just pop one in. And freeze them separately. So if you put them on a tray in the freezer, just put a bit of greaseproof paper or something over them and under them. Place them in the freezer. Then when they're frozen, you can take them out, pop them in a bag and put them back in, and they won't be all frozen up together. And heat them in the microwave straight. And I would do that for my own scones as well. I wouldn't be bothering defrosting, just pop them in the microwave for, I don't know, less than a minute. Not that they're hot, just that they're nice and warm, because a scone is meant to be warm, guys, with cream and butter and jam and all that good stuff. Now I'm going to take out the cream and see, can I remember to do that after a while? Here we are. So the answer is yes, of course you can. Now there is another recipe online for gluten-free flour that you can make your own. And I might put it up later if I'll try and remember. And if you don't, you send me a message and I'll see. It's for making your own gluten-free flour that's a bit more friendly than what you're getting in the shop. So here we are. We have our butter, and it's easy. It's still here. It's still in it. It's holding its shape, so it's not melted on me. Now, so we're just going to break that in. And you lift your hands and add some air. And the little trick is, if you shake that, and hopefully you can see it now because my hands are all flour. Hold on. Can you see the lumps there? Look, hold on, I'll turn around. You see the lumps there? I hope you can or not. Some daft unscientific reason that I wouldn't have a clue about. If you shake, the lumps that's left over comes to the top. So you're not going to spend half the day at it now. It's all gone now, look. And there you go. Now, so I'm going to give my hands a wipe. Now, so the next thing we're doing is we are, following the recipe, we are going to add in some, this is where I come up now with my third bowl. Hold on. There's the second bowl. No, we're going to do it with two bowls because it's the same difference. So I'm going to have two bowls here, and I'm halving it. But it doesn't matter. If you have a third one, you can divide the mixture in between them. So this is going to be a fruit one, and this is going to be a cherry one. Or it could be a fruit and a plain, because, well, in my house, no one likes curtains and sultanas except me and my husband. So you could have, you've got you here, now you decide, am I making plain, am I making fruit, am I making cherry, right? So there we go. We're putting these over here out of the way. My internet wasn't as good yesterday, I found, when I looked at it later. So hopefully it's better today. And I've left the door open because my internet is in there. So we have two mugs. And we are going to break our eggs, into a mug. All right. And we are going to beat that egg. Now, our second mug is over here. And we're just going to put a bit of that egg, just a little bit, look, tiniest little bit in there. Can you see it? You can. And that is going to be for glazing the top. And that's what makes them look golden and crunchy and irresistible. So we're taking this one, and now we have started using super milk, but it's ordinary milk, ordinary full fat milk. And we're filling our mug, and we're giving it a little bit. All right. So what have we done so far? We have 2 mugs of self-raising flour, 3 dessert spoons, I think, hold on. 3 dessert spoons of sugar, or I use ordinary sugar. You can use caster sugar, whatever you like. You're sieving that down. You're putting in 2 ounces of butter, 2 eggs, and you're filling up your mug with milk. Now, so coming back here, and we're just going to, don't be saying, oh, just throw it in. I'd be watching them on the telly and they'd be here adding it slowly and so. What's the difference? Pour it in. Pour it in. Now, keep this here so that if it's a bit dry, there's, you know, the tiniest bit of milk there. So keep that there in case you need to add another drop of milk. So, this is our plain one. No, we said we weren't making a plain one today, didn't we? So, this is going to be our curtain one, or suntan one, all right? And this is going to be our cherry one. Now, I wouldn't be a great fan of cherries, I have to say, but husband dear likes them. So, you know, you have to keep them happy. There's great videos on these days about husbands going missing and things like that, isn't there? I'm enjoying them no end. So, something my mother showed me when I was, or I see her doing it, was just putting a bit of flour on your cherries and it'll stop them sticking together. All right? So we're throwing them in there. We should really have thrown them in before we added the milk, but just to make a big difference. So do you see, can you see here now the way, can I see now what I can do to put this up a bit? Put this upside down. See how this works. That's great now. Hold on. You see the way it's still very sticky. All right. So we're going to add some flour. Now, you see the way now it's starting to come away, but there's still a little bit down there in the bottom. So adding another bit of flour in there. And now, do you see the way it's all coming away? So the tiniest bit more. And there we are. So that's that one done. See the way? So we're going to get our knife now and our fork. Take all that off. And now we're going to do the other one. Same thing. Now there isn't going to be enough liquid in this one. All right, so we're going to add another drop of milk. Now you could add another egg either if you wanted it really rich. Now we're going to add our bit of flour to bring it away from the edges or away from the sides. And there we are. Can you see that? Hopefully. So that's it. See the way it's coming away? Perfect. Now, I'm going to have a look here and see who's on. Right, let me see. Right, okay, so we've no nuance. That's all right. Now, so next thing we're going to do is, how are we there? The next thing we're going to do is we're going to add some flour to the board. Now, I wouldn't be using the board, except my dear son, David said sometimes it's hard to see. So, out we go. Get all them bits. We'll come back and clean that bowl later. All right. And remember about the bit of flour here along the side, that's what we needed later. Now, so we're just going to do a little bit of a knead. I'm beheaded now, but what harm? My head is big enough anyway. I don't know if you could hear the song in the background. It was about I love scones. And literally I would have thought, now come on, Eileen, you're really going to Google songs about scones? There was about 7. And some of it was in German and everything. So I said I wouldn't. We'll do German another day. We'll do German another day. I know a word of German. Gummistiefels. I hope there's no one German listening. Gummistiefels. Right, okay. You can start having a guess what gummistiefels means. Come on. I'll be waiting for you now and I'll tell you at the end. I'll probably forget to tell you at the end. And if I do, I'll put it up in the post. So guess is what gummistiefels means. Very important word if you're a small boy, like my grandson Shay of 20 months. Very important word. Oh dear, 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 dear. So I didn't bother using a rolling pin. If you don't have these, not a bother. You're going to get your glass, your mug, anything at all, and you're going now. So you're going to put your flour here because these can get quite awkward. So and down, and there you go. Now there's no need to be handling them. I'm going to put that over to the side. Now, if I had the oven on, which I haven't, I would have this in the oven so that it's warm. You're supposed to put scones on a warm tray. And as well as that, the butter will melt easier when you take it out as well. Don't ask me. It's probably a bit like the, sorry. It's probably a bit like the, good morning, Bridget, how are you? It's, good morning. It's probably like the potatoes when I made them yesterday, that they're cooking straight away. So have this in the oven for a few minutes, and then you're just going to pop them on here. Let's see now. There we go. So I put myself down again. And we're just going to, and with the same hand, just away with you, so that you're not handling them a dozen times, all right? So there you go. And give it a little bit of a flour here so that it doesn't, if it starts sticking, all right? Now, and you're going to take all these now, and you're going to do it all over again. And this time we can make a few small ones. And they'll all cook. You don't need to be putting them in at different times or anything. They'll all cook the same. So at this stage now, your oven is going to be on at 200 degrees. Now, if you find that's too hot for them, just after a few times yourself, because everyone's oven is different. Now, so there we go. There's that one done. Now, and there's that. And now we're going to get the other one. And we're popping that out. Take that off. And we're doing the very same thing again. Bit of flour underneath. And a bit of just kneading to get it all the same. Put a bit of flour on your hand. If you find everything is sticking on you, just add another bit of flour. All right? Now, and there we go. And now we're pressing that out. If you want to use a rolling pin, you absolutely can. No bother at all. And I like to keep them so if you separate them, because especially sometimes if you're making plain ones, it's hard to see if you have curtains or not in them. And so keep them separate from the beginning, right? And now we're going on again, making balling it all up again, whatever's left over. And make sure you have little gaps between them, because the more gaps you have, it'll be the crunchy bits. All right. And here we go. And there we go. We're not going to waste in this fitting now. We'll make a baby one. There we go. Do you remember we kept back a bit of egg? Do you remember that? Here it is. Kept back a bit of egg, and now we're just going to use our pastry brush. Give a little egg wash. Now, so look at that. Look at that for a pile of scones. We have 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and a few baby ones. So, we could nearly have had the baker's dozen, couldn't we? So these are going in the oven. Good morning, Dolores. And good morning, Olive. How are you? These are, I'm not getting any guesses from my gummy stiefels. Come on. I'll be here all day. I'll be here all day. I have nothing else to do. Gummy stiefels. Guesses. If you think about it, gum. There's another way, another English word that kind of goes with gummy stiefels, but we wouldn't use it because we're Irish. Do you remember the last day I showed you about cleaning out your bowl? Cleaning out your bowl so that it's all going and cleaning it off. So that's not going down the sink. And be falling out with our husbands now and us in isolation with them. Now, and the next one. It just takes a second. Into the bin. And look at that, it's nearly clean. So, we would put them in the oven for, I'm going to do a clean down here. We would put them in the oven for 15 to 20 minutes. Now, just get the most of it here. That'll be fine. Now, some people, Miss Rose Layden likes hers very soft. So when most things hers is done, I just say, no, Rose, give them another 5 minutes if they're mine. So it's all about your own personal preference, really. Jonathan, what are you saying to me? There is something outside the back door for you to go and look. What will we see? Well, now, whoever was to leave it outside the back door, Jonathan, they're outside all right, but they haven't left anything outside the back door. So you better tell them, hurry up. Is it a surprise for Granny? Is it? So what we're going to do now is we are going to whip some cream for a second. And we're going to get some jam. Strawberry jam. It has to be strawberry jam. So, I'm going over here now. You can come with me. I'm going over here to wash the bowl. No. Now we're just going to whipping up a wee bit of cream, okay? And we don't need it all because there's only the two. Well, no, there's someone outside the back door. They'll probably bring some home with them. Isn't it awful? People outside the back door and can't come in. Oh, for heaven's sake. So, now guys, Curry's is probably closed for the duration, but they actually sell these for €7. Wow. Here we go now. Hold on, your horses. Yes, no. And now we're back. And sure, nothing had been more better than ones we made earlier. And I tell you, when I do one of these things about, there's one we made earlier. Thanks, Bridget. Hello, Bridie. When the bread. Oh, he's the bread. April Fool. And me all excited about a present. Oh, Jonathan, you're so mean. Very hurt. Oh, I'm very hurt. So we are going to pop our cream in here. All right. So there's our cream. Hold on. Here's our cream. And wrong plate now, Eileen. Oh, sure, look at. Here's our cream. And here's some we made earlier. Everything's going all wrong way. Hold on now. Hold on now. There we go. So here's some we made earlier. Hold your horses. We'll put in our little bit of jam. So now, here we go. We have our jam, we have our cream, and we have our scones. Look at that, and here's our baby. Look at that. Aren't they just scrumptious? So, that is me for today, my darlings. That took us no length of time at all. So tomorrow we are going to make bread and butter pudding. If we have any stale bread, there could be a bother there now. So tomorrow is what day? Tomorrow's Wednesday, isn't it? No, it's tomorrow Thursday. And on Friday, I thought we'd have a real treat, banoffee pie. Oh, yum. So, I have no idea what day it is. So, Thursday, we are making bread and butter pudding, and Friday, we are making banoffee pie. And that's me done for today from Eileen's kitchen table. Thank you, Dolores. And is my Dolores that I know now? Is it? Oh, I don't know. Is that Dolores? I don't know your second name, Dolores. Is that Dolores from JP's niece? I'm not sure. So that's us for today. I shall leave you with these, knowing that in 5 minutes, Eileen and JP are having their little treat. And sure, we might have to throw some round to the neighbours then as well. because we have 2 lots made, the ones I made previously and the ones that's going in the oven now. So, see you tomorrow, same time, same place. God bless. Bye-bye. Take care.